are. Atlantic Redaction, week 2. Just joined this week by Matt. Hey Matt, how you doing?
Is it week 3? Is it week 3? Technically.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. It's Redaction week 1 because it's the first one we're putting out there, I guess. We did get together last week and then I managed to balls up the audio, so we'll try and work that one out. And Jez, where's Jez? He's supposed to be here tonight. Where is he? Swanning
No,
around.
that's it. Recording on a Tuesday instead of a Wednesday, it's confused him. I'm sure that's where it is.
Exactly. He did say it was the wife's birthday coming up on Thursday, so he couldn't handle it. So maybe he's set to make a last minute dip off to get some arrangements done or something. I don't know. But anyway, so we're back. We'll soldier on without him. So on that basis, we did actually look at week 2 games, didn't we? Last time around. So
You did.
we'll have a little look at that to start with and see how we did. Let's move our little graphic out of the way. We can argue about who's who next time around when Jez is here. Right, so we have a little look through week 2. So we're back to Monday Night Football. Redaction, the only place to come and see Monday Night Football. We had Tigers and Sharks to kick us off.
We did.
We did think that the, well, apart from you, Jez and I thought that the Sharks would get an absolute mauling. That's not going to look good, is it?
Well, it wasn't that. I didn't believe in the number one offense was a number one offense like it was. Rated last year. It was rated as a 5-star offense on run and pass. This year's the same again, and I didn't believe it last year, and I didn't believe it this year, but I was wrong so far.
Yeah. So 48-17. So the Sharks still managed to put 17 points up, which is pretty good for a rebuilding side. But yeah, that first quarter score, 31 points in the first quarter, that's a proper score for a team up against a rebuilding side. That one, 31 points in a quarter. If it was a little lower than that, I might think, yeah, maybe those stars are a little bit off again. But 31 points is good going in a single quarter.
It is. I want to know if Alex actually watched the entire game or just switched to the score after the first quarter.
Yeah, that's a good question. Because I must
Come on, Alex,
admit,
tell us.
yeah, definitely. Because I'm definitely not watching games while I'm getting my arse handed to me every week. That's for sure. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see whether he is building the suspense. Maybe starting watching them, and then once the first 20 points are on the board, it's like, oh, I'll just skip to the result. I don't know. But yeah, Beauregard, MVP, 21 rushes, 99 yards, 4.7. So based off,
Not devastating. Not devastating, is it?
No, 5 TDs though. So you caught a couple by the looks of it. Has he caught a couple? No. Oh no, it's 5 rushing TDs for Tigers, not for that single. So that's a new record for him. So yeah, maybe I bet he's one of those showmen. Let's have a little look. Let's see. No, he's not.
Is he?
Shocker. Shocker. No, he's got no attributes at all. So it's purely off of 3 TDs against 2, even though Combs has absolutely run riot at a 9.9 average and 197 yards.
Ivory fumbled the ball. Fumbled the ball. Let's take points off your MVP rating.
That must be it. That must be it. But yeah, Henty's looking like a beast again in year two.
I know.
19
And then you wonder
receptions.
why I traded. Then you wondered why I traded in a level 21 cornerback in. Almost like I thought about it.
Indeed. What age was that cornerback that you traded in? So yeah, age two
Age
or
3.
age yeah, not too bad. Not too
Yeah,
bad. Do you
he'll be
think
all
you'll
right for a couple of years.
yeah, do you think you'll manage to keep up with the young whippersnapper, Henty Krieger?
It doesn't matter anyway. Cornerbacks don't work anyway. We've already proved
Yes.
that.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Right, so yeah, that was Monday Night Football, um, Atlantic style, um, an absolute rout. And there we go. Just gonna have to reload this
Yeah,
again. Just get me
yeah.
my post-its back.
So we all got it right, but the score wasn't anywhere near. Whose was closest?
I had 43 to
You're not a
21.
million. You're not a million miles away.
That's not too bad. 43 to
I
20.
think
Yeah,
we're
not too bad.
gonna have to. I think we'll have to change the system this year. I think if you get within 10 points, I think you ought to get 3 points. 101.
Okay.
Change this. Yeah.
I'll take that on that one.
Otherwise, I
I'll
might.
take that one.
You're gonna take that, will you? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let's see how the rest of them go, and then we can see if we can change our mind again. Right. So the other one that we picked out was the Magpies against Generals. This looked like it was going to be a good one. Both had won in the first week. You actually called it a tie. Um, and
Yeah.
shockingly, you were actually pretty
I wa-
close.
Yeah. I didn't think there was much between them, to be honest.
No.
Both look quite strong. Steve's underplayed the Generals how he thinks they're going to do this year, but then I think after week one he changed his mind a little bit. I think the Magpies are going to be pretty strong this year based on what we've seen so far. I think they're
Yeah.
definitely the cream of their division anyway, the Magpies this year.
Yeah, they seem to have a pretty
Yeah.
good defense last year as well, didn't they? So maybe maybe that's going to be the thing that keeps them in games like this potentially. Low scorer,
Yeah.
but
I don't think he's traded anything in though, has he? So he's basically playing with whatever he's drafted.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think he's made any trades.
Lobley's still limping along.
Right.
Um, but I think last week we were talking that he does seem to have a pretty good pass offense. So, and when looking at that, we were looking at actually the amount of receivers he's using, the tight ends and the wide receivers, does seem to have quite a few options. Seems to
Yeah.
be working.
Spread it. 1, 2. He's got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them have caught the ball. So
Yeah,
actually 5 skill players plus an extra one. Which
yeah, and
in gridiron terms, having 6 receivers catch the ball or 6 players catch the ball is quite a lot.
yeah, what's this wide receiver? So he's a tech QB. Um, yeah, so looking at those at the averages potentially, again, it's that maybe he's not gone for big levels on a couple of guys. He's gone for sort of mid-range levels on a number of guys, and that's maybe the approach that he's taking this time around.
Yeah, like your level 13 to 15 range. Yeah.
Yeah,
Starter level, but nothing spectacular.
yeah. Which I think on a
Although
short pass game you can kind of get away with. I think.
I've never run a short passing offense, but I still believe that Gridiron's a game where you need superstars. If you haven't got superstars, you ain't going to win anything
Yeah,
long term,
yeah, yeah. Which is why
especially
we
on
have,
offense. Anyway.
which is why we have injuries. Um, so yeah, it was a good game, um, nice and tight, and Steve's attributed it down to a slightly better pass rush, where Ottawa got 7. Not Ottawa, he's the actual player, but how many did he pick up? He picked up 3 and 7 in total. So yeah, good game. Sets Magpies up on 2-0.
Yeah, good win away from home, that is. Definitely.
Definitely, yeah. And that
Still think it's
left.
getting harder and harder to win at home this year, I think.
You reckon?
A 50-50 game, you can give it to the home team nearly every time.
Yeah. So Magpies looking strong then. Okay.
Yeah.
Next game we had up was the Blues against the Outlaws. So this was our game of the week. Um, so this was on the basis that the Blues have been dominating um, their division, and Outlaws. I think we saw, was it 6 seasons in a row the Blues have taken their division now.
Aye. Very
Um,
weak division, generally, at the moment.
generally, yeah, they managed to sneak in an average team, slightly above average team this season, didn't they? But,
Yeah.
but the Outlaws, they've won 3 back to back this time around. So this was going to probably tell us a little bit more than week 1 did about where these teams are. So where did that one end up in the end? So
Where's
Outlaws
your
won
tip?
it. 30-10.
Aye. I think it was pretty hard to run the ball at all. Looking at the other, 27 carries for 56 yards. A lot of getting nowhere.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Outlaws
a
seem
lot
to
of
have a
getting nowhere.
very good. Outlaws had a very good defense last season, didn't they?
Yeah, I think aye. Very strong. Very strong defense. Not completely shut them out, but I suspect that's 7 in quarter fours in the game over. So
Yeah,
30 odd to 3, and then game over kicks in.
yeah. 58th minute consolation pass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
game over's
Now
kicked in.
I can't remember if it was this game or not. Nope, my imagination. I thought we picked up a big injury in this one, but no. Um,
Guessing James is coaching fitness, as he's only got one off, one formation for.
it would appear that way, yes. So, so I don't know I don't know what he's up to. I don't know if he's like tapped in and like at it all the time, but a game plan like this says I haven't got much time. That'll do. Um, so yeah, I don't know, but good result. Good result this week around for them against the Blues, especially as the Redcoats are looking like challengers as well this season. So
It's
it'd be
about time Brad got actually going. Been long overdue. I
yeah,
know he's a good coach.
yeah. So Blues, they might be okay for a 7th in a row based on the rest of what they've got in the division. Looks like potentially the Sonics might be their closest rivals, I guess. So,
Sonic's on the third year of that rebuild. Cyclones are rebuilding, and I don't even remember who the team in that division is. Oh,
yeah,
yes, Jason's team. Cyclones. Not Cyclones.
Yeah, Cyclones. Yeah, yeah,
It is. I'm getting confused because Bob used to manage that one as well. That's why I'm getting confused.
right. Yeah. So yeah, comets and cyclones and um,
Yeah.
yeah. I guess the other thing to mention as well about that division while we're there, talking about the Sonics, was did you see that weird blog post that popped up?
I saw something, but I didn't actually. When I clicked on it, it was blank. So whatever it was is not there anymore. So,
Right. Okay.
well, what did it say? What did it say?
So I saw it pop up, and I don't know whether it was a bug or it was like an old one or something, because it was really bizarre. Because it was literally saying, "I'm putting up an early trade board. We're in, we've just finished the week 2 games, and all of a sudden that's on there going, I'm doing an early trade board. It's really early, but let's just say any conversations we have, they'll be locked in. I'm looking for draft picks in the upcoming draft. That's what I'm looking for." And I'm thinking, is this a mistake or what? Someone had a few too many vodkas or something, because that is a very bizarre thing to do, especially when you're like you say, it's like year 3 of a rebuild. Should just about be starting to see stuff coming together. Maybe he doesn't feel he is.
Or maybe he's had a horrendous aging. Say, I don't know, at 6.5 aging, and then he's had 2 weeks with no pops. Which, as we know, if you get a week with no pops, you've been raging. But if you have 2 weeks in a row with no pops,
Hmm.
well, always go out the pram.
Yeah.
I
So I
know. I know
think,
it would if I were. I know it would if I was had 2 weeks and no pops. Oh.
yeah, no, definitely. I don't think I've ever had two straight. I've definitely had a
Nah.
zero pop, but two, I'd probably be pulling my hair out. Um, but yeah, so I thought it was still up. Um, so if he's pulled it, he's maybe had second thoughts. Maybe Jez is. Maybe that's why Jez in the ear tonight. Maybe Jez is on the phone with Bill at the moment, sorting out all of those trades. It's like, yeah, don't worry, I've got you sorted. I've got you sorted. No problems. I'll get hold of 20 first round picks, no problem. Um, so yeah, I don't know. But yeah, very strange. So be interesting to see if we hear anything else about that. Maybe.
I mean, the only thing to say about the Onyx rebuild is if you look at all the high draft round picks he's took over the last 2 years, they're all defense. So there's very few offensive ones, and for instance, the defense isn't going how you think it should be, or even if you got them to a high level, you know, it's still very hard to play defense and stop teams scoring. Gridiron's an offensive game.
Yeah,
If it was like the NFL, you know.
yeah, yeah. I think he was it first week 1. He lost to the Meerkats, was it?
Mm.
No, that would have been in division games. So probably lost to the Blues first game. Um, let's have a little look. But I think he picked up a win
Lost to
this
the
week
Blues.
and then beat the Meerkats this
Mm,
week. Yeah.
mm.
So 50-50 in that division. I think they're still strong contenders for getting to the playoffs this season based on the strength of that division. So
Well, look at the game. Go through the games, and all right. Red Coats at home, probably a lot. Kings away, could easily be a win.
mhm,
Comics are rebuilding. Week 5, Cyclones are just continuously poor at the moment. Blues week 7, you lost
yeah,
away by 2 scores, but by week 7 you could turn that around with home field advantage.
yeah. And then those
Snow,
last
Bear,
three
Snow
weeks.
Bears, right? Snow Bears are rebuilding. Cyclones are obviously what we already discussed, and then the Nighthawks will probably aim in for pick number 1 again, possibly.
Yeah, yeah. Those are three games at the end of the season you think are just in the bag. at home, and then away to the Nighthawks. I mean, even I've beaten the Nighthawks for 2 seasons on the bounce now because he's just making sure he's locking in pick number one. So again, might be the same.
To be honest, apart from next week and maybe the Kings, the last 6 weeks you could easily win all of them games, and then you're 7-3, and you're in the playoffs with 7-3 more often than not.
Yeah, I mean 7-3. I'd say that's probably taking the division as well with those because there should
Yeah, I
be
would
some
have said so.
scores,
Yeah,
even if the
yeah.
offense isn't strong. Run some scores up there, I think. So yeah, so bit of a strange one. Don't know if it was a bug. Don't know if it was intentional. Don't know if there's a change of mind. Maybe Bill will let us know. Maybe he won't.
Bill, one thing I will say is Jez is not here. Don't trade to Jez. Give me, I'll offer you some picks. Don't
Whatever
trade to
Jez,
Jez.
whatever Jez says
Spot.
he's going to give you, Matt will tap an eighth on there. Don't you worry. Right. Um, yeah, last one we had was Spitfires against Cyclones for I have no idea why we had. Oh, this was our race to number one, wasn't it? Um,
Yes.
and because we had no idea what that was going to be like, we didn't even point that. That's the scores on those yellow post-its there are how many punts each team would have. So the winner goes to Jez, who pretty much missed it by one, I think it was in the end.
Oh, dear.
I think it was 7 punts to 6. We thought there might be a few more turnovers, but to one team rather than the other, but that was reasonably flat as well. So yeah, 7 punts to 6.
Did you have
Um,
all your players out of position?
I didn't. I didn't actually. I don't remember setting a game plan for this one specifically for this one. I think I shifted a few players around due to injuries, but then I didn't get round to overthinking about how can I really lose this one? How can I really make sure I don't win this one? Because that was my biggest fear was actually winning in week two.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't do anything special, weird. Um, I don't think I really
What you
need to.
basically what what you're basically saying is that Womack isn't actually that great a level still then, even though he got 146 yards,
Um,
31 carries. He's
yeah, so I
probably
don't.
only still a level 14, 15.
Yeah, so um, I don't think I have anything over level 10 on defense at all at the moment. So yeah, not great. I think I'm playing a 3. Actually, I think my highest leveled player at the moment is that 70 strong IB I picked up last season in the draft. I think he's up at level 12 or 13 or something like that. So that's as good as it gets really at the Spitfires at the moment. So yeah,
Mm.
I, on that basis, I mean, breakaways should have been massive up against that. I would have thought.
Mm.
I was quite happy that Larson, so he's the rookie mixed QST quarterback I picked up. I thought, well, I'll just throw him in this season, give him the best chance to pick up as many attributes as possible. I think he picked up quarterback in ace this time around, which is nice. Might help him if he can pick up cool under pressure or pocket passer or something like that. Then he may pick up enough attributes for me to think, well, I'll give him a go. So we'll see.
Or
Um,
trade him out.
I, I I don't even I don't think it's worth it. I really maybe I'll put him on a board, but
I don't know. I got rid of 3 quarterbacks during the trade window, so it's still possible to trade quarterbacks.
yeah, I got one of them off you, and that's the thing. I mean, we're talking about a level 14 player. That was a 50s guy, I think. So 50s, 30 tech, and we're talking a fourth round pick. You talk any other
Yeah.
position, nobody's people are going to laugh at you for offering a fourth round pick,
Yeah,
right?
it's like in the NFL, running backs are completely devalued. In this game, it's quarterbacks are devalued. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And is
absolutely.
that
So
because there's too many in the draft? I think possibly so. Maybe
I
there should
think,
only be 6 in the draft.
yeah, I think it's too many in the draft. I think it's they really don't you don't have to put much into them as well. I mean, that level 14 guy, did you coach him much or was it understudies?
Mm.
Who knows? So, I've got some level 12s, 13s on my roster that I haven't put a single coaching point into. They've just understudied up to that. And that's great because then they're making, Larson comes in and then there's more quarterbacks there for potential understudies, right? Um, I know that there's this argument is that it doesn't matter how many you got on the roster, but makes me feel better that he's gonna have more understudies and maybe not.
Mm.
So
Having done that experiment as myself, I'm still not convinced either way.
yeah,
I know there was I know there was a lot because I think I did it a season after Jez did it. I mean, I had something like 8, but from memory, only 2 went on the actual player I actually wanted them on. So, you know, yeah,
yeah,
I think one maxed out on backup on understudy pops.
yeah,
Probably.
yeah, yeah. Same for me on a couple of seasons as well. So, but again, it's like if he does level up and he gets understudies, if I then go and get a rookie next season, I just keep him on the roster and potentially he'll be the quarterback who's giving that new rookie understudies, depending on level, of course. But yeah, so there we go. I got another loss. I did actually go. I've had a lead. That's all I need this season. I've had a lead uh, for how much is that? 8, 9 minutes. I was in the lead for 9 minutes. That will do me. I'm going to take
Oh,
that as a win.
is that beaten last season already then?
I think so. I think so.
Or the last 3 seasons? Maybe the last 3 seasons that's beaten it.
It might even be 4 now. I've lost count. It's mad. Anyway, I'm getting bored of it now. So we'll see how we go. Um, if coaching picks up a bit. Right. So was there anything else we wanted to have a look at on the games from last week that
Yeah,
that
there's
stood out?
nothing. There's no real shocks there, was there? Really? There's nothing that leapt out. I mean,
Yeah. I was
I'm
a
a,
little.
I'm a bit worried for the Barbarians. But,
Yeah. Yeah. That is starting to look like you might have overpaid for that DT if the Barbarians keep going in that direction. That may be heading to a very high draft pick if it keeps going in that direction.
mm,
Um, yeah, there were quite a few really tight games as well. I mean, that was one of them. Barbarians on the road against the Scorpions. Um, even Rapiers and the Bay Bears.
aye, has he had to turn it down a bit though after his 50 point? Has he turned it down a bit after his 50-point mauling in week 1? I think possibly so. There, mate.
Maybe. Yeah, we did. We
Yeah,
did
I
talk a
think
bit
all the
last week.
rookies are in.
Yeah, you're not allowed to win as a caretaker, right? That's not allowed, right? Making the
2-0.
playoffs. Oh no, 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 no! You're a caretaker. Sonic's games was pretty close. We've already done the Magpies, Stallions Islanders. Again, that was a 5-pointer. So yeah, lots of close games there.
No shocks though. Not what
No
I'd call a
shocks.
shock.
No,
Not what
no,
I'd
not
call a
at all.
shock.
Right, so let's have a look at week 3. What were the ones that we've lined up for this week? Um, so, right, week 3, Monday Night Football. Redaction, only place to see Monday Night Football, right? Gonna have to come up
Yeah,
with a better
quality.
slogan. So that's us this week, and we are going to get absolutely smashed by the Blues this week. Let's have a little look to see how bad it looks like it's going to be. Oh, only a spread of 10. Only a spread of 10.
Oh, I think you might get another minute's lead. You might get a field goal leading in.
Yeah, it's a good week for the Blues to be able to rest up these players and get a couple of injury levels out of the way. Um,
Yes.
I've got
Also a
the
week for playing the rookies will be Monday Night Football.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, get him in there, get those attributes on. Ah, fingers crossed for getting some attributes on there this time. Um, I've realised as well that I had my losing special teams turned up to aggressive. So I've been picking up injuries on special teams. It's been unbelievable. So I've dialed that down now. Um, that's great when you're a winning team and you're probably not going to be behind that often, but when you know that you're going to be behind at least
Yeah.
after
I'm
nine
guessing.
nine
I'm
minutes.
guessing you put it on aggressive in pre-season and put them all on aggressive and fake punts and everything else.
To be honest, I think I probably put it on aggressive in week 9 or week 10 last season. I just haven't changed it. Hadn't even noticed. And then I was thinking, why am I getting all these injuries? I've got decent uh, athletic trainers. I don't understand. And I'm like, that's it. It's because I'm behind for all the game and my special teams is on aggressive. So I've dialed that down. Hopefully that'll mean I won't be picking up injuries left, right, and centre now. Um, so yeah, Blues by 10, and the last time we played them, season 35. Um, I think which was the first season I went into this round of rebuild. I got smashed 41-9. So if we were going to call this today, what are you going to call it as, Matt?
Well, as you're sounding particularly confident, I'm going to go 45 to the Blues and 3 to the Spitfires.
Oh,
I'll give you a field goal.
Oh, I tell you, it makes me cry to. I'm actually going to have a little look at my special teams again as well because it's been such a long time. I just need to refresh my head on the yardage for when I should and shouldn't kick. Because
56. 56.
56 is it?
That's what mine's set at, yeah.
Right. I'm gonna give
It doesn't
that a
often
go.
make it at 50. Doesn't often make it at 56, but it's 56. It can make it from 56.
I'm gonna give it a go because I've got a level 21 kicker sitting on the squad at the moment. So he's got to be a,
Turn
I
it up
don't
to
know.
57 then. 57.
Yeah, I might stick it up to 60. Who knows? If he's got a following wins, you never know. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get. He might put his game over offense in and defense in. I might get 10 maybe. So yeah,
No,
Monday Night Football.
gotta pick
Boom.
up an attribute.
That would be lovely. It was dry last season for me, so I would love to see some more attributes going in this time. All right, so next one we picked out was Avalanche against the Tigers. Tigers 10-star offense going up against the Avalanche, both unbeaten teams. So again,
Correct.
we thought this would be a good one to take a look at.
The Tigers have actually got the #1 rated offense at the moment. After 2 weeks, does that really count? I don't know.
A lot of rush, a lot of rush.
Yeah. And the Avalanche are a bit susceptible to if you're going to do anything, run the ball against the Avalanche. Corners are good, but the backers are a bit weaker at the moment. I'm sure Johnny will get them back up to good level by week 7. I'm sure.
Yeah, but yeah, no, they seem to have um, good setup, running the pro set. Actually, are they both strength RBs? We should be able to have a look at Combs. Is he so he's the
Mark's got
run.
one of each, hasn't he?
So he's the run
Mark got
flat.
one of each.
I think he might be. Let's have a look at this guy here. That's the other one. No, so they're both run flat. So he's
Mm-hmm.
using the pro set. So either one of those picking up for a pitch, sweep, OT, something like that, they're gonna. This must be the guy coming in and replacing Beauregard, because Beauregard's had a good few seasons now, but seems to be playing second fiddle to Combs now. What we got on the spread? Spread is Tigers by 4.
I'd love it. Love it.
Love it, he says.
As a famous Geordie manager once said, love
Yeah,
it.
they've still got to go up there. They've still got to go up to Tayside. They've still got to get a result. It's not over yet. Just
The
love it.
days when there was only 2 football games on the TV on Sky Sports. One on
Absolutely.
Sunday and one on Monday Night Football.
Right, so what we gonna go with? Based on our vast knowledge of a 5-second scan of that and what we know about these two teams so far.
45-21 to the Avalanche.
Oh, oh.
I can't see it being that close, unfortunately. I'd love it to be closer, but I don't think it will be.
Absolutely love it. I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt. There's going to be a little bit of home advantage kicking in. Let's go 35. Plays 24. A little bit closer, but I think the Avalanche. I don't think anyone's near them. Oh, apart from you, Matt, you're quite close. You're quite
I was
close.
going to say, I'm hoping on near him. If bloody could kick a field goal in week 1, we'd be 2-0.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, your kicker was doing up his shoelaces, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one thing you probably could do with finding from the week 1, my rant about kickers.
Right. I'll make sure I look that out and stick it in a short, and we'll get that. Right. Okay. So.
Johnny laugh as much.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the thing about that week 1 game though between you and Avalanche is like, there's a lot of build up, a lot happened in the off season. You've managed to build a better defense. You've got a couple of DTs in. You've got the CB in. It's all looking good, and then it comes down to that, and it's down to a kick, and then
Not even that. You know what?
just to make it worse though. Oh yeah, I forgot to reset my game plan. Oh, I'm giving up levels here. I'm giving up levels there. Just to actually just prod it in even more. It's like Matt, it looks close, but I've fucked up. So
So would I.
it would have been worth. Oh, what was yours? What was your fuck up then?
Watson only got 1 catch because I put him on the other side, wrong side of the field.
Right. Lessons
Whereas this
learned in
week,
week 1.
he got 9 catches.
Right. Good. So you've sorted that one out.
Offense still needs a bit of work.
Right, we are going into our final little look at this one then, which is the one that we picked out. It was a hard. Um, oh no, we haven't looked at Scorpions. I'm just jumping over that. Right, Scorpions against no Anacondas against Kings.
Anacondas.
Anacondas.
Yeah.
So we didn't cover an Anacondas game last season. Not they were the only team we didn't cover. So I wanted to make sure we got in there early, give Dave a little bit of love. But this one looks like it could be a good one because Kings have had a couple of close games or a close game against another team that Anacondas had a close game. So both 1-1. So it could be a good game, close game.
Aye. No, Anacondas are 2-0, aren't they? I think. The Anacondas are 2-0.
Are they 2-0?
Yeah, because they played the Sharks in week 1.
Ah, yes, yes. So what am I thinking? I am thinking. Who did they play? So they had that overtime win week 2
Yeah,
against
the
the
overtime.
Warriors,
Yeah.
and close game in a week 1 for the Kings. I think preview wise though, Anacondas are strong. Kings are average or above average. One of those ones, or slightly below average. Let's have a little
I
look.
think they're average, weren't they? They were average.
Yeah, they're average. Anacondas coming in as strong, which is great, apart from being in a division where the other two teams are extremely strong. So, um, let's have a little look, see what the spread looks like for this one. Anacondas by 10, and they're the road team as well. I think they picked up an injury. This might be the one I was thinking about. They picked up an injury.
QB.
Yeah, so this OT Pierce, this is the left side
The
OT.
one that Jez, the
Yeah,
one that Jez was trying to trade for the whole off season.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So a bit of a gutter there. You trade in, pay the price, and he picks up an E, so he's 50%. So again, decisions about playing him or
Nah,
not.
you don't play you don't play one with a 50% EV. D might risk it if it's important.
Yeah. Let's have a look, see if he's stuck him on the injured reserve already. Yep, he's on injured reserve. So that answers our question. So, what's your thoughts?
Yeah. Makes you think that Dave's going to run the ball a bit more. Dave's actually got 2 good running backs, 2 younger running backs from memory.
Yeah, he's got Le Dispenser, and he's got
Yeah.
Brennan. Brennan's picked up a B, I think.
Right, Brennan's getting on a bit though, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's still playing him though, isn't he? Where's he now? He's
Or am I thinking of the wrong player? No, he's getting on.
he's at age 7, but he started both games this season. But with a
Aye,
B.
I would suspect Dave's going to run the ball to death if his left tackle's out injured, unless he's got a decent backup there. But I mean, I played the Kings last week and I ran the ball on him a bit, but I didn't run the ball particularly a lot. So he might be stronger on his run defense and his pass defense. I don't know. Pass defense wasn't that great.
Yeah, I'm going to call this one. So I think Anacondas will take this, and I'm going to go. Do you know what? I was going to leave that to 35-24, but I think 35 plays 40. We'll go with that for me. What's your thoughts?
I think it might be a bit closer than that. I'll go 21-14 to the Anacondas.
21.
More based on the fact. I think it would be a bit more, but obviously left tackle out makes a big difference.
Okay, 21, 14.
Yeah.
Okay, so our last one that we had there that we're going to have a little look at is another one of our race to pick one overall, which is the Snow Bears against the Nighthawks. So let's have a little look.
Mm.
Nighthawks definitely look like they're putting up a lot more yardage than they have been past couple of seasons.
It's whether Chris wants to win the game, basically, isn't it? He's
Yeah,
in theory his players are 1 or 2 years into a rebuild.
yeah, and he's actually playing them this season, I believe. Because I think last season, even though he was early rebuild, he had like the oldest starting lineup out of all the teams because he was just putting all of these really old fellas in the starting lineup.
Aye, he took 5 from me, and 5 that I was going to cut for a round 8. I thought he was filling his squad up. I didn't realise he was going to play every one of them.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. Is he taking a similar? Yeah. So he's running backs 6 seasons in, 5 seasons at split end.
Yeah,
Is he actually playing anything that he's picked up in
I don't think he is.
draft? Which I
I
think is
suspect you'll find. I think you'll find a lot of players playing out of position on this one because he'd be worried he might. Perhaps he thought the other ones. I would have thought that Aztecs game might have given him a fit if he's after round one pick again, because that was close last week.
yeah. So well, he's actually playing a 65Q offensive
Yeah.
tackle actually on left side, but he's probably only level 3.
It's hard to tell which ones are starters. All the age 0 and age 1 players at the moment all say undrafted for some reason. Anything
Yeah,
over age 2, they've got their levels in and when they were drafted, etc. But
yeah,
age 0 and age 1, it just says undrafted for some reason.
yeah. There's not many players out of position though. So OTs. He's got a centre playing a guard, but that's not so bad because you don't get the level penalties or anything there. So it's not completely out there for like trying to absolutely get smashed each week, but maybe he thought he'd get away with it this
Mm.
time around. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's not too worried about pick number one. He said it 2 seasons on the bounce. Maybe he's like, well, I'm okay if I don't get it this time around.
I don't
Um,
know. I think I've got a feeling there could be a few teams after the first pick this year.
right, so are we gonna go punts again for this one on the basis that we probably think that both of these teams are probably looking at this like how can I lose this? Um,
I actually
you
think the Snowballs will try and win the game.
think?
Yeah, I think
Okay,
they'll play for the win.
okay. So they got the Nighthawks by 11 in the spread. Nighthawks are at home, so it could be pretty close if Snow Bears are actually trying to win it. Well, let me put it this way: if they are not trying to lose it,
Yes.
and the same for the
Yeah.
Nighthawks, if they're not trying to lose it, it could be quite an even match up. So I love that though. Nighthawks, #1 rush defense, only 2 yards. Classic.
Yeah.
Gotta love these stats early season. Right, so let's do punts again. So this is our race
Go on then.
to pick #1. Where are you gonna go?
Right, I'll go 4 for the Snow Bears, 12 for the Nighthawks. I think Chris will deliberately make sure he win. He doesn't win.
Yep. Okay.
Too early for too early for going for the first win incentive as well as, but if you want to go for it, probably possibly as well. So
Yeah. I'm gonna go. I'll go 5 and 8, and that'll be on the basis that turnovers. Right. So let's just make sure we put that there so we remember. All right. Okay, so there we go. Here's our week 3. It was pretty tricky picking them out because it's that previous division winner against 4th place, and there's not been too much movement around this time around. So yeah, that's the pick of the bunch for week 3.
yeah, nothing exciting. Nothing exciting.
Not too much. Well, that gets us at least off the starting block this time around because I've not.
If you press the button, if you press the right button.
I'll definitely press the button so people will be able to hear what we're talking about this time, and that gets us off the mark. I will say what I said at the end of the last one is, this we want to try and get as many people on the redaction as possible. We don't want it to just be me, Matt, and Jez nattering on every week. So drop me a line, drop me a message on Discord or on the email, and let's get some times lined up where we can get everybody on who wants to come on and have a little bit more chat about the Atlantic.
Yeah, actually, in all seriousness, it's not hard. I mean, as you've seen, we don't exactly do much research.
No, absolutely. That's why we want more people on there, right? Some people who actually know what they're talking about. Bring some credibility to the spiel that we put together on the fly for this, for some people's entertainment anyway. But
Yeah,
yeah, get in touch and let's get things sorted out. I definitely want to try and get the Aussie special in. Try and get Chris, Clay, and Dave. If we can get that
yeah,
all lined up, that would be great. I can be very flexible on times to try and make that happen. And that would be great if we can get that worked out this season.
yeah.
But yeah, thanks for your time, Matt. Appreciate it.
There is.
And good luck this week. Catch you later.
Cheers.